Hello and welcome. By the end of this video, you'll be able to list the typical roles involved in an automation implementation process from the UiPath team side, describe at a high level the responsibilities for each of the UiPath team roles, and locate where in the implementation process each role is involved. All set? Let's begin. As part of the implementation team, members from both UiPath and the client team play key roles. An automation project's success is determined not by the roles themselves, but by the tasks performed by each role. Since these tasks have an impact at every stage. Ready to find out more? Great! Let's get started. In an implementation project, the project manager, or PM, plays a critical part. However, not all implementation projects include a project manager. This differs based on what the client opted for. Where available, project managers are involved in all stages of the implementation. However, they are the key person in the kickoff and project closure stages. A project manager manages the overall implementation and coordinates the UiPath and client teams to ensure a successful project. They're also responsible for managing issues, risks, changes, and escalations. Project managers also create and maintain comprehensive project documentation and ensure that the statement of work, SOW, is communicated and followed. Some of the key tasks of project managers are to assess client delivery readiness and work with stakeholders to coordinate project personnel. They also manage engagement setup, milestone tracking, status reporting, timesheet reviewing, and financial forecasting. Additionally, it's the duty of the project manager to create a project plan, a staffing plan, and communicate requirements. Project managers also set up internal and client project meetings. They're responsible for obtaining approval for project documentation, helping to coordinate and forecast the need for a change request, and performing project closure actions. Great! We'll now look at the business analyst role. A business analyst is involved and is a key person in the implementation phases of business case and technical validation, process analysis, user acceptance testing, solution design, and project closure. Business analysts become well-versed in the business process to be automated based on the organization's goals and the value that automation would bring. Additionally, they have a solid grasp of general business process theory, techniques, frameworks, and automation capabilities. They're responsible for gathering process requirements, clarifying the inputs and expected outputs, and creating the required documentation. As a part of their key tasks, business analysts are responsible for documenting the high-level requirements and assessing business case potential. They create the high-level work breakdown for the to-be process state, make recommendations, and run the suitability and viability study. A business analyst's duty also extends to creating and updating business cases, creating a process definition document or PDD, and documenting the process at a keystroke level in the PDD. Business analysts are also responsible for creating user acceptance testing plans and define success criteria, such as understanding functional and non-functional requirements. During UAT, the business analyst works to ensure the automation output is in line with the signed-off requirements. The business analyst also validates any change requests and starts the change request management cycle. Once the change is approved, they also update it in the PDD. Lastly, the business analyst works on the engagement retrospective analysis. Perfect! Having now looked at some of the essential roles in the implementation team, let's look at the solution architect role. Solution architects participate at all stages of implementation. They are the key people in solution design and deployment and hypercare stages. A solution architect is primarily the lead and advisor of the development team. Solution architects define the architecture of automation solutions, oversee their design and implementation, and recommend the most appropriate tools and features. Their key tasks are to create an initial license estimate, update the license estimate, perform code reviews, and ensure that technical best practices are followed. It's also expected that solution architects will work with developers to create the solution design document, or SDD, as well as the technical testing plan, or TTP. We now come to the automation developer. During the implementation process, automation developers play a crucial role in solution design, development and testing, user acceptance testing, deployment and hypercare, and project closure. Automation developers are the key people in the development and testing and deployment and hypercare stages. Automation developers build automations following best practices and may follow code standards specific to business requirements. Further, they're responsible for making changes to the automation during the development, testing, and hypercare phases, and communicate the changes to the project manager or related stakeholders accordingly. They must also conduct knowledge transfer sessions with the client's team to ensure a smooth transition at the end of the engagement. Other key tasks include assisting in creating and reviewing the solution design document, reviewing project documents such as the PDD, maintaining code repositories, building the solution, and executing the technical testing plan. Additionally, automation developers support clients during UAT, including logging and fixing defects, and sometimes running test cases. Let's move on to the next role, the infrastructure engineer. An infrastructure engineer is a billable role who's involved in the kickoff phase of implementations. Infrastructure engineers are well-versed in the UiPath platform infrastructure and assist in technical infrastructure-related issues. Also, an infrastructure engineer works with the client's infrastructure and applications teams to integrate the UiPath platform into their business. An infrastructure engineer reviews project requirements, as well as hardware and software requirements. They're also responsible for analyzing the client's existing infrastructure. Moreover, infrastructure engineers design and deploy infrastructure and applications and assist in maintenance and upgrades. Great! Now let's do a quick recap. Project managers manage the overall implementation and coordinate the UiPath and client teams to ensure a successful project. Not all implementation projects have a project manager assigned to the team. This differs based on what the client opted for. Where available, project managers are involved in all stages of the implementation. Business analysts are involved in the implementation phases of business case and technical validation, process analysis, UAT, solution design, and project closure. As part of their key tasks, business analysts are responsible for documenting the high-level requirements and assessing business case potential. Solution architects participate at all stages of implementation. A solution architect is primarily the lead and advisor of the development team. Automation developers are vital to an automation project, as they are involved in the solution design, development and testing, user acceptance testing, deployment and hypercare, and project closure stages of implementation. Automation developers build automations following best practices. The infrastructure engineer is a billable role who's involved in the kickoff phase of an implementation. Infrastructure engineers are well-versed in the UiPath platform infrastructure and assist in technical infrastructure-related issues. Perfect. With this, we conclude our video about the roles and responsibilities within the UiPath team. Thanks for watching, and happy learning!